It's my first Project Pan update. Was I able to finish anything up? How frustrating has it really been? I'm about to tell you right now. Hi everyone. So it's been a hot minute since I filmed. I just filmed my empties a second before this, and now we are here for the most overdue video ever. But before we get into my first Project Pan update, I wanted to see how you guys were all doing. I wanted to welcome any of you who are new to my channel. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. I hope you're all well. This is May 16th, but who knows when you guys are going to see it. But we are going to jump in. I have my mojito that I've been milking for like the past hour and a half. Oh, there goes my mint. Well, so we're gonna take another sip. It was a really nice day out here in New York. Not that I got to enjoy it because A, we're not really supposed to be going out there still all that much. Even though I know some states are loosening up some of the restrictions, definitely here in New York City, I don't feel like we're there yet. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. I wouldn't feel comfortable going back to working with my students in person. For now, still home, but it's nice to have some sunshine. I've gotten into planting. I have some containers, some herbs in containers. A couple of them are already not doing that great. So if you've got any tips for me, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and really trying to learn. If any of you out there are avid gardeners, especially apartment gardeners, I do have a little space outdoors where I can line up some pots, but I don't have actual, backyard or anything like that. But let's get into my Project Pan update. I am going to weigh everything after this. I have a scale. It's kind of crappy as it turned out. It doesn't have like enough decimal points for me to really make weighing makeup worthwhile. But for some of the larger items that, like lotions or perfumes or whatever, it might work. So I'll find out after I film and, weigh everything and obviously insert that as I edit this video. For now, we're just gonna talk through things, and this is just gonna go off of my memory of where I started back in January. In order of face application, for primer, I selected this little Pure Correcting Primer. This is a little sample size. This is the Hydrate and Balance, and I'm happy to report that the very first product in my Project Pan is totally empty. I am so excited. Granted, I talked about this in my intro video. I gave myself a few products that I thought would be on the easier side, and granted, some of the ones I thought were going to be easy have turned out to not be so easy, but this was one of the products I had a feeling I would be done with by my first update. And I have to say, it only finished earlier this week, so it lasted me because I still do a shop my stash and because I haven't been wearing makeup while home. It lasted me through 4 months? So at this rate, I'm gonna have primers for like the next 10 years. Stay tuned. At the end, we're gonna get into what I'm replacing this with. Foundation, we went with the Revlon Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation Eyewear 110 Porcelain, and it's not done yet, but guys, for somebody like me who, as I said, haven't been wearing makeup really much, look at where we're at. How exciting is this? So you can see, I did a little mark. You can see the remnants of this little black mark up there when we started, and now we're all the way down to here. So I am so excited. I hope by July this is done. Granted, again, it's going to depend on how often I'm wearing makeup, and it's going to depend on how excited I am to use the stuff in my shop, my stash. Month to month has been so different with these products, but this is a foundation I keep going back to. So far, so good. I hope that by the next update, we're going to be done with that one. Okay, for concealer. Oh, my never-ending Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I don't know how to measure this. I mean, it's down to the tippy. What I did do, and the way I'm able now to get, again, a ton of product, is I took out the stopper. I had to take out the stopper because nothing otherwise was happening. But now I have product again, and I'm not even sure if I'm excited about that or not. And I like this, I like this concealer. It's becoming less and less of a favorite as I age. I used to love this in my early 30s when I first started watching YouTube and getting into makeup, but now I'm not so sure. I'm wearing it today. I just feel like it emphasizes more. It's just not the same. Oh, and by the way, if I haven't mentioned, everything on my face is pretty much from my Project Pan with a few exceptions. So I'll try to remember to let you guys know like what's happening on my face. The concealer, the Maybelline Fit Me, is on my eyes. It's still going. I really hope this is going to be done by the next update. So hopefully next update is going to be exciting because I have quite a few products that are almost there, but not quite. This is another one of those products. This is the e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder. I don't know if you guys can see. Again, I'll try to do close-ups, but just in case, there is like a teeny tiny amount in there, and I'm really hoping that this is going to be out and done. Powder. Ooh, this is fun. Now this, again, this was one of those that I knew I'm gonna finish this year. I just didn't know when, and I'm not quite done, guys, but look how close. I'm really hoping July. By July, these two are gonna be gone, and hopefully this will have more pan. It actually does, like around the sides. I guess because I go in with quite a big brush, I actually get the sides almost more for some reason than the middle, it looks like. That is quite thin. There's no dome left whatsoever. So this is also on its way, which I'm probably most excited for. These two, I know I'm gonna finish them soon. I mean, I hope sooner rather than later, because I'd like to roll in a different powder. There's definitely some progress on this, and I am really proud of myself for at least trying to use some of these products while still trying to rotate through some other things. I have so much, and for a girl that doesn't wear makeup every day, it is too much. It is too much, and I hope over the next months and probably years, I will little by little narrow things down. But I am not a minimalist. I like the fact that I have choices. What really hurts my heart is that there's like a bunch of things I haven't actually played with yet. Some brand new products. Like I've already mentioned in other videos that I did an entire video on all the brand new eyeshadow palettes I haven't even tried in my collection. And I'll be honest, since that video with the shop my stash and just the way life has been in this quarantine, I haven't really, like, I thought that video would inspire me to then spend the next 3 weeks doing nothing but putting on new eyeshadow on my eyes. It hasn't happened yet. I need to little by little figure all this out, and then getting some of these older products that have been used and loved out of my collection so that I don't keep wanting to reach for those favorite products, but I actually want to try more and more new things. I really hope that that's kind of the next phase of where I'm at. For blush, I did my Clinique Nude Pop, and I said I'm not gonna finish a blush in a year. That's not gonna happen. But I've been using it, and I don't know, in the close-ups we'll have to see. I don't know if it's possible to tell because these are quite thick in there, but the flower was already starting to get rubbed off, and it's definitely rubbed off a lot more even since. I have it on me today, this Nude Pop blush. So yeah, I don't know. I'll weigh it. I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but I'll weigh it, I'll take pictures, and you guys should be seeing that swimming around the screen already at some point here. For highlighter, what I selected, I was only really able to use once or twice because this is my summer highlight. This is in a palette by Sonia Kashuk that is no longer made. She does not do makeup anymore. And honestly, I don't foresee much progress to be shown. This is a summer shade for me. This is too dark for me in the winter, which my skin pretty much is still at its winter ghostly white. That's that. I still wanted to show it to you guys and tell you that not much progress has been made there, but all the other products I'm making some progress on. So regardless, I'm really happy and really proud of myself thus far. For brows, Give Me Brow, was the only product I was using in January. And then I think it was in March or April, February, March, I can't remember, I started venturing into just trying to do my brows a little bit. I don't know, this is probably where we're gonna be for another couple of years before I brave anything else. But I've been using a little pencil just to like fill some things in, make them just a little darker, and then going over with the Give Me Brow anyways, because that is really the only product I truly need. But I'm playing around just for fun. Eyeliner. So for a little baby guy, this waterproof crayon in, it's in black, it's black lace. I sharpened it once, so and it finally took kind of a shape of an actual pencil. I don't know if you guys remember, for those of you who watched my intro, this looked like somebody had gnawed on it. It was the weirdest shape. I don't know what was up with this pencil. I do have to say it's dry. It's coming apart from the actual pencil, but it's still creamy. It still works. I have it on today, so I'm gonna keep using it. For this, I can actually show you right there is the Sephora liner, and you can see I've made a teeny tiny bit of progress. Not a lot. I'll take every little bit. This is my first project pan. I am going to learn more about myself through this. And I know already eyeliners is not something that wows me or excites me, but I would like to play more with different ones, different colors. So this is a great way for me to use up some older ones and discover what else I have. Eyeshadow primer, this Marc Jacobs under eye cover primer. It's the only one I've been using since January. I'll have to weigh it. I have no clue what's happening in there because there's air, and I know eyeshadow primers take forever and a day, so I'm not really too worried about using that up this minute. If I use this up by the end of the year, great. I don't know if I will. We'll see. Eyeshadow. If you guys remember, I chose my Lorac Matte Pro, the little mini palette with the 8 colors, because I wanted to start off a little easier. This is a palette I already had some pan in. I already had some shadows that were repressed, and basically when they wear out, those are pretty much done. All right, so let me update you guys. You'll see pictures. This is totally done, bare. This was one I knew I was gonna finish by this update. These two, we're getting there. I wasn't sure. Chocolate is totally done. I used it both in my eyes and also before I finally got my order from eSalon and covered my covered. I mean, I guess I covered my grays with color, but before I colored my hair, and I actually filmed the whole process. So if that video is already up, I'm gonna link it in the cards in case you guys are curious to see my very first coloring at home hair experience. But yeah, this is done, and this looks like it's done, but if you look carefully, there's like a little bit of eyeshadow right around that edge. Everything else is done. It is crumbling, so I think just a few more uses and this one's gonna be done. And then, this is exciting, I hit pan on linen. Yes, I wanted to use it up, but I hit pan. I haven't yet, of course, hit pan on pink mauve. So my goal, for those of you that didn't watch my intro, my goal is to use up these top 4 shades completely. So of course the difficult one is going to be latte, because I forget to use it. If I'm using a different palette and it already has a transition color, I go for that transition color. The only time I use this lately is when I have a palette that doesn't have a great transition color. This was really good for me in February and March because I had all my Juvia's Place palettes in my shop, my stash, all 7, including some new ones, and I actually ended up ranking them at the end when I came back with my thoughts. You can go ahead and watch that if you're curious to see how that all went. But some of them don't have great transition colors for me, so I would dip into this. But for palettes that do, I forget to use this. Now pink mauve is the only one that I like to just hit pan on because I figured this would keep me busy enough. So we're gonna use up this top row if possible, and then we're gonna use up linen and we're gonna hit pan on pink mauve. Once that happens, considering how rarely I use black and how rarely I'm going to fill in my outer V with this specific color and how long that's going to take me, I'll probably just get rid of this whole palette once these 6 colors are pretty much done and out, because those are the ones I would have used the most, and I think at that point I will be happy to move that palette out of my collection, which, my gosh, that's going to be an exciting day. My first palette ever that would be leaving my collection from use and not decluttering. Enough of this, Natalia. Let's hone it back to what we're doing. Mascara, my Ilia mascara. I have been loving this mascara. Yes, it has been opened for more than 3 months because we are in May, and yes, I will keep using it because it still works beautifully. From like the 4 mascaras that I have open, this is my favorite. I guess I should rotate in a new mascara every 3 months, but I'm not going to. Sue me. Lip liner, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. If the size tells you anything, it tells you I'm using it. It's my favorite lip pencil. I love this product. I adore this product. I have to sharpen it. I used it today. That's why it's so gross. This is where we started. This is where we are. So there we are. Okay, so at this rate, I had a chance of using this up this year. That would be really cool. That's all I have to say about that. I love that lip liner. I do. I want more of these. I can't right now. I'm on a Novi and I can't really afford a $26, $28, whatever these are. Might as well be hand carved in gold, but I love it. For lipstick, I selected this Bite Beauty in Pastille because this is one of the older ones that they long ago no longer make. I haven't finished it. I thought I might, but I haven't. But I'm getting really close. I have a little, I mean, I already had very little, and I did not even mark it on paper because it was just too dangerous. I was worried I would like break off half the lipstick. This is what I'm wearing today. This is more of a fall color, which is I think why I just haven't really been inspired to pull for it now, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to see if maybe I can mix it with other colors just to get it out, get it done, and roll in a different lipstick because it would be nice to use up more than one lip product this year. I just have so many. My liquid lipstick is the Sephora 01 Always Red. I have no way of telling how much of this I used. I used it a few times, but you know, it's an entire liquid lip. And I said in my intro, you know, I wear this on stage a lot when I perform because I am a concert pianist. Clearly that is not happening right now. So this lipstick is mostly sitting around and just crying for attention. And then I do have, not a cheat, I just have kind of a sad story to report. So for lip gloss, I selected the Marc Jacobs Sugar. And I don't know if you guys can see it. First of all, like there is some separation happening, some cracking happening. I think this has gone bad. I did give this a fair chance. I used this probably a good 5 to 7 times before I gave up on it, just because something about the taste was off, something about the feel was off. I didn't like the consistency. I didn't like the way it looked. I don't know if these glosses were just overhyped back in the time because there was less great glosses to choose from, although I want to say that can't be true because there were great. I mean, you had like the NYX butter glosses and Buxom already had all their glosses out. Like they were great glosses for many years. So I feel like when these came out, they were like a step above, which is why everybody was so excited about them. So I just think this is not performing the way it should, and I stopped using it. I just don't want to risk putting anything that has spoiled like that on my mouth. I am not a stickler to expiration dates. I am not a stickler to getting rid of products. I try to take care of my products. I don't disinfect them probably as often as I should, but I try, and sometimes though, especially with certain cream products, I'm not gonna risk that. So I can't consider this an empty, of course, like I can't consider it that I used it up, but I'm gonna roll this out of this project because it is a rolling project and the rules of this project do allow for that. And this is going to get decluttered. So unfortunately, this was a total bust. For setting spray, I selected this Project Beauty Spray Set and Go Makeup Setting Spray. This came in a BoxyCharm. I've mostly been using this to wet eyeshadows. I have used this as an actual setting spray, maybe 5-6 times total. It sprays like it's attacking you. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's intense. It rains on your face when you spray this. I can feel it right now all over my sweatpants. It's just way too strong, but I want to use this in some way. So far I've been using it with eyeshadows, and that of course just takes a lot longer. So I guess this guy is in for the long haul. Perfume. I'll have to do close-ups because there's no way for you guys to tell how far I've come. Not very far. This is a very potent, strong perfume. Oh, and I should tell you that it is the Marc Jacobs Decadence. I really like this scent. However, just for walking around the house, this stuff is way too strong. So of course, as soon as the quarantine kicked in mid-March, I've pretty much stopped using it. I have actually used it around the house a few times just because I'd like to keep using it and I'd like to have some progress in my Project Pan, and also once in a while I'd like to feel a little more put together with some perfume on, even though around the house I don't see why that's necessary on a daily basis, especially that one. Like, it's not this light, easy breezy scent. It's very potent. It's very meaty. You can smell it for a long time on you. I'm gonna keep it in this project. I know I have the option of rolling things out and rolling something else in, and most likely in the summer I'm going to gravitate towards a couple of my other scents but I think once in a while I'll still do a couple of sprays of this, and we'll just slowly continue using it, and hopefully in the fall and winter again I'll pick it up and finish it off. For a skincare item, I selected a toner. It was a Andalou Naturals 1000 Roses Floral Toner, and I'll put up a picture on the screen of what it looked like and what it was like at the end of April when I needed a spray bottle because I have a plant at home, a little baby rose that was starting to get attacked by these like mites or something that were building webs amidst the branches, and the leaves died off in like 2 or 3 days. And I've read about a home remedy where you can use like some dish soap and a couple of other things to spray on the plants so that you kill off all these mites. I'm happy to report the rose bush came back. However, I didn't have any spray bottles at home and I couldn't go out to purchase one at that moment. So considering I had very little toner left, and you will see that in the picture, I went ahead and poured it into like just a little cup and used that up in the upcoming few days. I do have to say it evaporated part of it quite quickly. So I guess it must have had a ton of alcohol in it or something. I don't know. So this is the bottle and I'm showing it to you, but this solution, this is not the toner. This is the stuff I now use to protect my plants. This is basically another empty product, even though it doesn't look like that right now, but we're gonna call that an empty. And then I had my embarrassing product, which was a pedi buff. It was a foot smoothing treatment. It's a scrub, and I told you guys if I don't put this in a project pan, I'm not gonna use it. And boy was I right. The only reason I remember to use it is because I'm like, you gotta use it, you gotta use it. And I'm down to here. I can see it actually. I'm excited about that. I am hoping that I keep using it and that by July this is gone, by my next update. I slack quite often. I certainly don't use it daily as it says to. No way. I'll be lucky if I use this twice a week. But I'm happy that I'm using it twice a week because that's twice a week more than I would otherwise use it. I'm excited about the progress on that because this was practically brand new. So to be down to here, that's good news. And then last but not least, before I show you guys the new products that I'm rolling in, is this hair product. This is the PYT Argan Oil Treatment. I had mentioned that I have a few of these argan oils that I am kind of questioning how much argan oil there really is as opposed to a bunch of filler ingredients. And yeah, I can't say I'm loving this, but I'll use it up. It's a small enough bottle and I'm already down to here. This should definitely be done by the next update. I'm really excited about that. I mean, if we break down the things that I'm hoping are going to be done by next time, I'm hoping these two powders are done. I'm hoping the foundation is done or close to. I'm hoping this concealer is finally done, as is this e.l.f. powder. I'm hoping the hair product is done. I'm hoping the pedi buff will be done, and we'll see how the mascara is doing. If I feel like it's starting to change or if it's done and finished, I'll rotate something else in. But yeah, so that's everything, but we need to see what am I replacing, because I finished up a primer, a face spray, even though it doesn't look like it because now I have some sort of a soapy plant solution in there. I am rolling out a gloss and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing instead. All right, so for primer, I have two candidates and I'm gonna throw both of these into my project pan bag and see how I do. So one of my oldest is this Makeup Forever Step 1. You can see it even has a sticker on it because it's been in my personal project pans in the past that I've done off camera, off YouTube before I had a channel, and I would mark things with little cute stickers because I'm a piano teacher and I have a ton of those lying around. And then I also really want to use up this Ilia True Skin Radiant Priming Serum because the few times I've tried this, I've really enjoyed it. I think I'm to about here. It's hard to tell because it's a frosted bottle. I want to see what I gravitate towards and how I do. And maybe this is not smart to choose two products because the one is going to kind of dilute the usage of the other, or whatever wording I'm looking for, but we'll see. We'll see how I do with that. For lip gloss, I went with a favorite. This is the only lip gloss I've ever used up before, at least once, I think maybe twice. This is Dolly by Buxom. This is the full-on lip cream, and you can see I am not quite halfway through, but getting there. And now instead of a spray, I did start using a different spray spray, which is in my bathroom. But I have so many cleansers that are open that I decided if I don't put one into a project pan, I'm gonna keep opening new cleansers and using a little bit of each one, and it's just getting ridiculous. I just have like no space to put stuff anymore in the actual shelves in my bathroom. So I grabbed one to use up. This is one I have been using. I have no idea how much is in here. I'm gonna have to weigh this because I can't see. It's not a see-through bottle. This is the Cure Seriously Soothing Cleansing Cream
with peony extract and chamomile for normal to sensitive skin. This is 100% vegan and 0% pretentious, as they say. It is paraben-free, sulfate-free, mineral oil-free, petrolatum-free, silicone-free, cruelty-free.
I've seen this line at Whole Foods here in New York, and of course I probably bought it at TJ Maxx for cheaper. I've been using it. It's nice. It's creamy. It's no frills. I mean, they're kind of right about saying 0% pretentious. There's nothing super special about it. It's not one that I would use to actually wash off my makeup. This would be a second cleanse for me, or a cleanser I can use in the morning when I want something really, really gentle. So I would like to use up a cleanser, so I'm officially putting it into this project pan, and let's see how long it takes me to use up a cleanser. That is it. I'm out of breath. Thank you so much for sticking it out. I have no idea how long this video is gonna be once I edit it. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're continuing to stay safe. Whatever it is that you choose to do, please stay safe, and also please make sure those around you are safe. Please think of others just as much as you are thinking of yourself right now. If you are new, as always, welcome, and please consider subscribing. I am really, really hopeful that we get to 100 subscribers soon. That is my first big milestone, and I will be so thrilled when I reach it. And until my next video, I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope that you will comment and tell me how you guys are doing and what have you been using, especially if you're doing a project pan. Please let me know. I'd love to watch your videos if you are here on YouTube, or if you're documenting it in any other way. And until next time, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.
I use this probably, did I just get that on my nose? For normal, what was that?